77 years old Anderson Halliston is the first person who supposedly started building a house here in 1987 and moved in 1990. He named the area Hillview because of its geographical location overlooking part of Freetown. Halliston says the locality used to be a very quiet residential area, but as an elderly man who is supposed to enjoy his retirement, noise from the church close to his bedroom puts him under pain and suffering, especially at night. He cited that his children and grandchildren can no longer come to Sierra Leone because of the irritation next door.
One night in 2012, I was fast asleep in my bed. After midnight, around 1 a.m., there was one almighty noise and commotion and ruckus, people singing, shouting, clapping, screaming. Woke me up, and I thought, what is it? What is it? And then I came to the back of my house, and I could hear the noise coming from this particular building. It was a massive, big pan-body church which Mr. Bangura had built in the compound, where you can see this house now. I got up, came to the pan-body church, and asked them if they can keep quiet. I need to sleep. They said they can't because it's the spirit which moves them. They can't stop until the spirit gets out. So I asked to see Mrs. Bangura. She came down. I said, Mrs. Bangura, what have I done to you for you to cause this noise? I can't sleep. He said, Mr. Alston, I can't do anything. So I went home, got changed, went to Lumley police station. That night, they gave me a PC kindness, another officer who came with a long gun. It took about an hour before they decided to move out of the church. From that night, I started going to the police station regularly. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, get the police from Lumley police station, bring them here, they'll stop the noise. Once I take the police back to Lumley police station, by the time I get back, they've started again.
I'm standing right here at Mr. Halston's house, and this is a place that he calls the private veranda. And from him, this is the house over here where the noise normally comes from. And one of the problems he has with this house also is that the toilet is built right next to his kitchen, allegedly. And also, this is his master bedroom. And that is the reason why he doesn't sleep at night whenever this church is having their service.
Amen. Receive fire. Amen. Receive destruction. Amen. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
In addition to the alleged sleepless nights due to loud noises from the church, 71 years old Joseph Kwame Boma claimed that during the rainy season, water from the roof of the house in question empties in his compound.
This church is causing so much problems for us, but me in particular, because directly they are on my fence. I don't sleep at night. How can somebody erect or build a structure and put a church in a neighborhood like this? I don't think that is right. It's not correct. Even when we try to talk to them, they don't want to talk to us. They don't have sense of humor. December, I had some friends who came. These are investors. I told them to stay in a hotel because, I knew the problem I had here. They said, no, man, we want to stay here with you. They came, they were here for 2 days. This noise, they were not able to cope up with the noise.
Section 3, subsection 3 of Part 2 of the 1965 Public Order Act says, any person who makes a noise to the annoyance of another person in any place shall on conviction be liable to fine or imprisonment. I reached out to owner of the house, Abdul Bangura, who could not take an interview. But on a phone conversation with me, he made it clear that the area is not the only community with the church, adding that if the authorities deem it fit to close the church, that is fine, but he cannot kick a community church out of his house. The two men claim to have exhausted all the authorities and legal means necessary to address the problem, but no solution. What do they want now?
This church has affected my health and my welfare. My blood pressure has gone over the roof, The bottom figure, which should be under 100, sometimes 110, sometimes it's 115. I've got a blood pressure monitor which I use every day. I take my medication, still has no effect. This church this is a completely residential area. Church shouldn't be in a residential area. The church of this nature, making such noise with instrument, band, microphone, loudspeaker, shouting, screaming, shouldn't be in this area.
It seems like there is need for churches to start having soundproofs to prevent their activities from disturbing others. Salifu Kamara, reporting for AYV News in Freetown.